Looks almost axanthic, and if you actually look at the weight of this thing, this is only 135 grams. So this is a kind of one of the axanthic looking desert ghosts. And it's you can definitely tell it's not, starting bright yellow and turning into this axanthic look from the age in this particular case. I just wanted to throw that in there so you don't think, you start thinking, a lot of these snakes can change drastically from when they're small to when they get older. Like the bananas and the coral glows, they can really go through a major transformation from when they're hatchlings to adult. And it kind of seems in this case there's some transformation in certain lines, but it's not always the case. And in this case, you actually see kind of this almost a black and white desert ghost as a hatchling. So I kind of wanted to start with the pastel and add the desert ghost in from different lines so you can actually see the difference in appearance between, mixing it in with some of these other genes. The pastel is really popular. It's essentially what it does is it brings out a lot of the yellow in the snake, and a lot of times it actually reduces the pattern to a certain extent. And I would say when you mix pastel in with desert ghost, you get one of the most impressive combinations. Take a look at this. This is the pastel desert ghost. And when I first saw these, I knew I had to buy into the project. And the problem is it's still a really expensive project. As a matter of fact, this one is $750. Really kind of a high-end project getting into desert ghost. And this one almost looks, it's kind of weird when you mix pastel in with desert ghost, it almost looks like a super pastel because you get a lot of these highlights coming down the top and you get a really white head. And that's just the influence of just one copy of the pastel with the desert ghost. And I've actually found when you actually have a pastel desert ghost, it actually keeps a lot of the brightness and a lot of the yellow as the snake matures. I actually have 2 desert ghosts with pastel in them, and they, as adults, they are still super bright yellow snakes. It's pretty amazing. And here is another version of the pastel desert ghost. Take a look at this one. This just blows me away from one extreme to another. And you see a lot of this, especially in there's just a few genes where you see it like in desert ghost and in pastel. You'll actually see a lot of variability just in a pastel. Some of them are really bright yellow and some of them are browned out. It's